capabilities. So why should you go with IBM to help you build out these systems of engagement and the solutions that we've discussed? We believe that we offer the best solution for having the ability to tie in with those back-end systems. That's often very challenging, and it's something that's very important because you can't get value from your mobile applications unless they're tied off to your transactional systems. We've got the flexible capability, especially now with Cloud and Local, to be able to deliver solutions on-premise or in the cloud, hybrid or cloud-based solutions. The systems of insight, we believe, can pull together the insights that you need in order to make the best decisions possible in this space. And finally, we have a very strong group of partners. A great example of one of the partners is PointSource. I am very pleased to be able to have Erik Burckart with us today. Burckart is the CTO for PointSource, and he's got a number of examples that show in real world, as from a practitioner's view, how their teams are leveraging the mobile-first capabilities to deliver on these value propositions. Thanks, Erik.
Thanks a lot, Phil. So I'm excited to be here today because data insights are key to our success in creating engaging mobile experiences. So today I'm going to share the 5 lessons I've learned in mobile data in the last year. So first, with a little story. Recently I took a trip to Chicago with my family. As we were driving out of Midway Airport, I have a child screaming in back, a navigation app telling me what to do, and unexpectedly we get to a toll. And that toll doesn't take bills, and we don't have change. And Hertz didn't give us an iPass at that point, so we couldn't even go just straight through it. So how could using data have provided a better mobile experience in the midst of this craziness? In this case, what do I do if I don't have coins for the toll? At PointSource, we call that a mobile moment, identifying an opportunity that mobile can uniquely address. So users will pick up a device for a short amount of time to do one very specific task. In those mobile moments, we must quickly engage to keep our users' flow of thought seamless. The findings from a recent Nielsen study show the challenge of keeping somebody in that mobile moment. So a wait time of 1/10 of a second gives the feeling of an instantaneous response. That is, the outcome feels like it was caused by the user, not the device. A 1-second response, well, that keeps the flow of thought seamless. Users can sense that delay, but they feel like they're in control of the overall experience. By 3 seconds, the user is starting to feel frustrated. 5 seconds, they're unhappy. 10 seconds, they completely abandon whatever they were doing. People want to engage more when they can focus on the content instead of on their endless wait. So one of the examples we're going to give here is H.H. Gregg. When we partnered with H.H. Gregg, we rebuilt their whole mobile site on Worklight. Previously, the mobile home page loaded in about 6 seconds, and subsequent pages loaded in 3 to 5 seconds. By optimizing for mobile, we were able to achieve a home page load of about 1 second, and subsequent page loads in less than 1 second. So not only did the customer satisfaction improve, as was indicated by receiving the highest score in the 2011 or 2014 J.D. Power rating, but we also saw an increase in conversion rates by 30%. So 30% increase from doing that work. That's pretty good for less than 4 months of work. Getting data to users quickly is not a nice to have. It's a required to win. Beyond speed, the way to further engage users requires contextual data. So earlier I spoke about that navigation app, and while my child was screaming in the back and I was trying to figure out how to pay a toll that I didn't have coins for, wouldn't it have been nice for that navigation app to alert me that I was about to hit a coin-only toll and that I could pay online later? So understanding what the user is trying to do based on location, time of day, and buying preferences allows you to make things more efficient. Of the users that expect a company to have a mobile app, half of them also expect that experience to change based on context, like location. So Finish Line understood that sneaker aficionados, lovingly called sneakerheads, wanted to be the very first wearing newly released shoes. We created a loyalty app on Worklight and SoftLayer for them that alerts users of new releases and keeps track of loyalty reward points. We also used Exify to connect them with their local Finish Line store, the in-store promotions, all using geofencing. So by making it easy to get information that sneakerheads wanted, they saw 20 times their downloads projected in the first month of launch. Contextual engagement also means capturing your user in that moment that it matters. Sometimes the moment is more difficult to understand, so you need more data than you actually have. In my toll dilemma, the navigation app really needed to know about where the toll booths are and what the payment options were. So the best mobile strategies leverage several data sources to close those gaps. So we were working with a company in the financial services sector that had some really useful data with regards to how to recommend the best locations to purchase fuel for their trucking clients. Combined with geographical data from another company, we were able to create an app that outlines the best route for truck drivers to take based on traffic, fuel efficiency, bridge height, bridge weight, and user-specific preferences. Not only does this save the transportation company time and money on routes, but it also provides a much better experience for the driver. They can now plan their trips, optimizing the route around the amenities that are most important to the driver while controlling costs for the trucking company. Taking data from multiple sources now can be a real challenge. So this data, some structured and some unstructured, need to be stored in a way for fast access. And to top it off, the first version of the app had to be completed in 2 months. So the way we solved this was to actually use Cloudant to store the data and make complex geospatial map reduction queries across multiple systems in SoftLayer. The results are aggregated and brought to life in an intuitive interface within a Worklight application. So soon we had a first version in beta and started to collect feedback from users using Worklight quality assurance. To get to that ideal solution, we actually had to look at many different places that provide data. We partnered with a company that collected 60 billion data points per month and received 700,000 3D data points every second from hundreds of cards across 97 countries. So to my knowledge, Cloudant is the only NoSQL database that actually can do those geospatial queries across massive amounts of unstructured data like this. So speaking of massive amounts of data, the more data, the better, right, in these interfaces? Not always. So too much data exposed to your users is information pollution. By 2020, there will be 4 times more digital data than all the grains of sand on the earth. And there will be over 200 billion connected devices. That's a lot of data. So how do we cut through that noise for our users? In my toll dilemma, I wanted the phone to clearly know and tell me what I needed to know about a toll booth. In those mobile moments, many users end up task-oriented instead of prepared to gather information. So you have to keep your users engaged by distilling the signal from the noise and not contributing to that amateur information pollution. So to do this means to determine what your user needs to know in specific situations and provide that data in a simplified, elegant manner. We did this in that app for truckers I was talking about. When they reach a mobile moment and need to find a refueling station, we want them to complete their task easily without distracting them. Because in this case, we feared that distractions could be disastrous. So we decided the best interface would be to immediately provide them the recommended stop using all that data about their truck, their preferences, gas price, the direction they were traveling, and more. So we cut through the noise to get them the best solution for that fast mobile moment. Now once you've quickly engaged or quickly used context, close the gaps and cut through the noise to engage users where they need it and where it's relevant, we suggest to use all that clarity to actually make the experience personal. Data-driven mobile value is about personalization. Success is recognizing the boundary between bespoke experiences and violating privacy. So during my Chicago trip, I would have loved if the navigation app known I was out of state, I'm not a local, and given me information I wouldn't have known. So a common barrier to personalizations can be the privacy concerns. And our objective is to always create engaging and useful experiences, not to invade privacy. So we have a simple approach. It's to first, have sincere intentions. Second, be transparent about how the data will be used. And then finally, provide the users with as many experiences or many privacy choices as possible. Security First Insurance will launch a new Worklight app, Storm Tracker app, later this year to provide their Florida clients with critical information in case of a hurricane. By using this app, policyholders will know if their house is in danger, find evacuation routes, locate Red Cross stations, and find mobile recovery units. By providing clients with valuable information, they retain more customers and receive more referrals. And they also show their true intention, which is to care for the well-being of their clients by creating this personalized mobile experience for their clients and all Floridians. Now, there's a lot of stuff that goes into that app, but they pull data from National Weather Service, Weather Underground, Red Cross data, FEMA, as well as their own systems to create that personalized and helpful user experience. They went so far to allow users to monitor other addresses in case they wanted to watch their grandmother's house, for example. And the key is that data isn't being used to provide anything but a great, engaging experience, which is a sincere intention that Security First hopes will introduce people to the character of their great company. Through this and the other examples, I hope you will see that how we used data insights in the mobile world to create bespoke experiences that engage and excite your users. And I, personally, have learned to carry coins for tolls in Chicago. Thank you.
So thank you, Erik and Phil. Running up here, I know it's the end of the day, and we just heard about our exciting partnership with Apple and how mobile is at the heart. We also heard about the transformation through mobile insights with Point Source. So let's give them another round of applause for sharing their stories with us, and thank you, Erik, for joining us. So let me do a very quick recap. We saw how socially engaged we are and live at this moment. You saw that in the Engagement Center, and why it's critical to engage customers and employees with digital and mobile experiences that delight them. Then we learned how we can do this with Mail Next, the Apple partnership, and Mobile First and Point Source. So I invite you to go to the IBM Expo, to look at the Engagement Center powered by Watson, close up, and view it for yourself in person. So stay tuned also for the news of the exciting launch of Mail Next. I was reading the tweets backstage, and I think those of you here in the audience that tweeted very excited about what's coming with our new revolutionizing this mail